So I was talking to my dearest friend Lauren about this, and I was wondering because we were talking about what they might change, what Jenny might change in book three in terms of the whole cheating storyline, wedding storyline, because the whole reason why they get engaged is because he cheats, and I just had the thought because in book three Conrad and Belly, like, they end up seeing each other at the summer house, like, unintentionally. Like, Belly goes there because she's kind of lonely over Christmas and she wants to go there. And then Conrad ends up going there because, like, his dad and his brother are in New York and he has nowhere else to go. So he's like, I'll go to the summer house, which just, again, like, shows you both of them have this pull to the summer house. Anyway, so they unintentionally, like, both see each other and, like, spend the night. I mean, they're not, like, together, but they're in the house together. Anyway, and so, like, when Belly's driving home from that, Jeremiah calls her and he's like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? And she lies to him about where she was. And then he ends up finding out from Conrad, not realizing that Belly had lied to him. Or that Belly had, lied to Jeremiah. But I was wondering, I was like, okay, so, like, if he finds out that they were together at the summer house, knowing that they slept together previously at the summer house, maybe he, like, assumes, like, they slept together again and that, like, she cheated. And not that this, like, makes it any better, but what if that's why Jeremiah then cheats? Because he's like, fuck this, kind of. And then that's the catalyst for him cheating on Lacey, whatever her name is. What do people like think about that? I was like, maybe that's what they'll do. Because, like, in the book, Jeremiah acts like it's this, like, huge betrayal that Belly didn't tell him that she was with Conrad, even though nothing happened. But now it's, like, even more loaded for them to be together at that house alone, even though nothing did happen. Oh my god.
Do you remember Infinity? Tossing something toward me, he said, "Catch." I reached out and caught it in the air. The Infinity necklace. Of course I recognized it. "What is this?" I asked. "You know what it is," he said. "Nope. Sorry." "Okay, then you don't remember it. I'll remind you.
Conrad, do you want to give Belly your
I
present?
bought you that necklace for your birthday." My birthday?
Sorry, I forgot.
It had to have been for my 16th birthday. It was the only year he ever forgot to buy me a birthday present. The next
cool.
year, when Conrad took off and Jeremiah and I went looking for him, I found it in his desk. "I'm sorry." Conrad held the necklace out to me. Softly, he said, "It belongs to you. Always has.
This was always yours.
You can do whatever you want
This
with
is
it.
yours.
I just can't keep it anymore."
You should take it. It's still yours.
No.
I don't want to keep it anymore.
Then he was gone. Just for that moment, the thought that I might never see him again. It felt worse than death. I wanted to run after him, tell him anything, everything. "Just don't go, please, just never go. Please just always be near me, so I can at least see you." But it felt final. I always believed that we would find our way back to each other every time. That no matter what, we would be connected.
That's Infinity.
So my theory for a while has been that they were going to switch the book 2 and book 3 necklace scenes, because it just made the most sense for hurt Conrad to give back the necklace now and hold on for it for 2 years. Because he was the one who was devastated by the kiss. Like, he was more of the one that was hurt right now. So now that the book 3 necklace scene has been used, I think they're going to use the book 2 version of the necklace scene in season 3. What was supposed to happen in book 2 or season 2, which didn't, was that Belly was supposed to have seen the necklace at the dorm. She should have taken it, worn it. Conrad would have seen her wear it. She basically tried to secretly wear it throughout the whole season, and then at the end, when he finds out about Jeremiah, he's like, "Oh, so you like Jeremiah now? Then why are you wearing my necklace?" And Conrad asks for it back, because he's hurt, obviously, and he holds on to it for 2 years. So because of that, I think that's going to now be in season 3. I think when Conrad returns from Stanford after 2 years, approximately. Belly's the one who's been holding on to it all this time after hurting Conrad. So it shows that she still has, like she's still holding on, subconsciously, still lingering emotions that she hasn't come to the surface all this time. And when he appears, all the feelings resurface. They get really kind of close again. Like, book spoilers, he ends up helping her with wedding planning to marry Jeremiah. The whole wedding is like crazy to begin with, but let's just they get engaged stupidly. They both end up at Cousins Beach for like the whole summer, most of the time alone together, and they kind of slowly rebuild their friendship and they get close and they both are still in love with each other. It's pretty obvious. And in those few weeks, they're cousins. He's the one helping her with the wedding planning, not Jeremiah, her groom. My guess is at some point, she crazily wears the necklace again, even though she's about to get married to Jeremiah, and he catches her wearing it at some point. And then at the end of the season, he'll be like, if you want to marry Jeremiah, if you love Jeremiah, why are you wearing my necklace? That's my theory. And then she's probably going to take it off and give it back to him, but that's been my theory and what I suspect will happen in season 3. And then I'm thinking he'll probably maybe keep it, and maybe in one of his Spain letters, maybe he'll actually send it to her back or something like that. Or when they first see each other again or something. At some point, obviously, she gets it back because then after, the whole debacle, they do end up together. So that's my theory. Anyway. No, I do not think, unfortunately, that Belly will be with Junior Mint at all. I think Junior Mint is where we last saw him, which is at Cousin's inner room, and I think that's where he'll be for the next 2 years. And Belly and Jared don't go back to Cousins. According to the book, if we go by the books, they don't go back to Cousins for like another 2 years together. The next summer, when the summer of right before college, she is working full time, and I think he is interning. So they both don't end up ever going to Cousins that summer. They were too busy. She goes during Christmas and catches Conrad there. So that'll probably be the first time she sees Junior Mint after all that time. And she was supposed to go with Jared at some point, but they never end up going. And then it's the summer of their wedding when she's at Cousins all summer and Jared appears on the weekends and so forth. So, yeah, I think at Finch she'll have Mildred, the giraffe, and she'll only see Junior Mint when the magic of Cousins comes to play. And, of course, the glass unicorn and, the infinity necklace will come to play there as well. So there's a lot that's going to happen, but poor Junior Mint has been left to the dust. And she doesn't take him either after this wedding fiasco because, according to Conrad's letters, he ends up shipping Junior Mint to Belly while she's in Spain. So Junior Mint's going to be lost for a little while. Oh, I think you actually are onto something. That is a great point. And I think you're actually right. I think part of the representation of the sweaters means that the brown sweater is the better fit, is the better look. That means Conrad is the better fit versus the Finch sweater, which is obviously oversized, humongous, doesn't fit her properly. So Jay isn't a good fit for Belly. I think that could have something to do with it. I think you're totally right. I can see this being the case because why then did the, costume department and Johnny and the writers purposely have these two contrasting fits for the sweaters? I definitely think this correlates to why the sweaters, or this whole sweater theory, would debunk it even further.
So I had somebody in my comments ask me if by chance 457, the number that shows up in chapter 12 when Belly wakes up after having the dream about Conrad, they were asking if there was any significance, maybe to the story or in general. I personally couldn't think of anything. Somebody in my comments over here said that they Googled 457 and they got this particular meaning, that 457 is showing you the path you must take, and it's also a sign that angels have given you a